All right, good morning, traders. Today is December 13th, another Friday the 13th. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in Digital Land talking about Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, everybody. Thank you for being a part of my BYOB information. My SPY pivot this morning remains at 605.85. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed with 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute downtrend. SPY made a lower high and a lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the 17. QQQ made an inside day, closing over the bullish trap over the 17. FNGU made a new all-time high. All of the Fab 5 are still in daily uptrends. QQQ is making a new all-time high right now. Diamond Dow and IWM made lower highs and lower lows, closing below bearish traps under their 17 EMAs. Gold in an uptrend made a lower high and a lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Gold's in an uptrend. Silver still in a downtrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap, under a bullish trap and under the 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. It's coming close to converting that downtrend back to an uptrend. USO is in an uptrend, made an inside day, closing above a bullish trap, but over the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in an uptrend, ratcheting up a little higher, closing back at 106.98. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. First chart, SPY. Look at it on the 10-minute. All right, on the 10-minute, nice recovery there. Okay, on the 10-minute chart, we have ourselves a 10-minute downtrend. The faster moving average, the 3, is underneath. That's the yellow line underneath the white line. Okay, so that's the faster moving average moving underneath the slower moving average, which is the white line. So price action in a downtrend. You can see price and the 3 are underneath the white line and the 17, which is the red dots. All right, so there's SPY in a downtrend. Let's take a look at the 2-hour chart. On the 2-hour chart, you can see we have the yellow line is up, the yellow line is down below the white line, so that makes a 2-hour downtrend, just like the 10-minute downtrend. So we got a 2-hour downtrend. In the pre-market, we got ourselves a 2-hour uptrend. We'll see if we can hold on to that. All right, price action coming back to trend line right here. Let's see if they can pop through there. They get a little bit further to go. Like to see what price does coming back up here as we approach this uptrend earlier. So this is MMRP on the SPY 4-hour chart. Okay, new MMRP, and I'll review the other one. On the MMRP for the 4-hour chart, we have igniting candle right there, a pause candle, a pullback check of support. All right, another check of support, but they recovered last night right there. There's the recovery overnight. Okay, and now we have first price advancement candle is going to open up this morning. All right, this will be the first price advancement candle, or the second is going to be these two right here. First and second price advancement candles on the 4-hour chart. Looking for price to come all the way back up here, close over this trend line right here. We'll see what happens. That's where we're at. We have a 4-hour MMRP right now. On the 4-day MMRP, let's go review that. And pick up the daily chart. All right, here's our 4-day MMRP. I'm just going to keep it all one color to keep it expedient. All right, here's the 4-day igniting move, 4-day pause, 4-day check of support, 4-day price advancement move number 1, 4-day price advancement move number 2. Notice it makes a higher low and a higher high, higher low and a higher high. This one has a holiday in there, so only got 3 candles. 4-day price advancement number 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can see price advancement for this one did not go anywhere. They just kind of paused. Maybe they resume later on. They did not make a lower. A higher high, but they did make a lower low right here. So you can see they dug out a lower low. Maybe they move it up today. We'll see what happens. Maybe they start a fifth one and move it up today. We'll see what happens. There's SPY on the daily chart. That's the MMRP for the 4-day bullish MMRP up there. Right now we're in the middle of a 4-hour. Okay, so here's the 4-hour. All right. Okay, igniting move, pause, check of support. Then we're looking for price to move up. We'll see what they want to do. All right, so there's SPY, unless they're saying this is support. And that very well could be. And then they recover it and do 3 more to the upside. So there's SPY on a 4-hour MMRP J hook. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. Oh, let's take a look at the pivot. All right, so the pivot was 605 area. So let's look at it on the 10-minute. All right, so here's our pivot. So red erases green right here. All right, right at 606.85. It's going to be our first entry. 606.85. All right, on the downside, red erases green is going to be right here below 604.82. So over 606.85, I'm a bull. Under 604.82. Those are my 2 trigger points. All right, so there's SPY. Let's go look at QQQ on the daily chart. All right, QQQ, as you can see here, putting in brand new all-time highs right now. Price action was an inside day, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. QQQ in an uptrend. SPY in an uptrend. All right, on SPY, you can see price action has moved up. All right, moved up, and it's kind of holding that higher ground up there. That's bullish. All right, on QQQ. QQQ still just moving up. All right, made a new all-time high again today. So QQQ just moving up. Daily uptrend, higher lows, higher highs. FNGU making new all-time highs yesterday. It doesn't get any better than that. It's still in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Different story over here on Diamond Dow. If they break this low, they'll be in a downtrend. Currently in an uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. All right, closing up in quadrant 4. Price action. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Okay, price action kind of moving up and giving it up. Kind of just neutral up there. Neutral to bullish up in quadrant 4. Closing underneath the trap and underneath the 17. It's kind of a red flag. It's kind of a caution flag right there. And we're underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. So there we go on Diamond Dow. Still in an uptrend. Still just not moving up. That's all it is. IWM doing the same thing, I think. Okay. Again, still in an uptrend, just not moving up. Price action closing underneath the bearish trap, underneath the 17, underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Holding the upper third. Okay. Just still neutral. All right. Moving up, just not moving up. Okay. Making an uptrend, but just not moving up. Hanging out in the upper third. I'm still bullish on that. So moving up and giving it up, just still kind of neutral to bullish right there on IWM. Let's take a look at our technicals. Technicals just obeyed this downtrend line right through here. So price action, we chopped around inside the sell zone all day yesterday inside T2122. See if we can get that recovered, break through this downtrend line, maybe find ourselves back at the midpoint. We'll see what happens, but all in all, it was a day owned by the bears. T2123 kind of confirms that. Started out red, ended up red, still underneath this 200 SMA, but still up in quadrant 4. So just kind of moving up, giving it up, kind of neutral to bear bullish right there on T2123. T2123, same chart, 3-bar chart, okay? 3 more red candlesticks right there, candle bars. Again, still neutral to bullish right there. Notice on the 15-minute chart, we are not filling any of the bearish gaps. Not a good sign for the bulls. Another bearish gap here. Another bearish gap on the 9th right there. So bulls are kind of dominating right now while we're up in this bullish territory. T2123, again, rolling over. Still over the 200 SMA, still up in quadrant 4. Everything's still bullish about T2123, just not moving up. Remember, about 3 or 4 days ago, we made new all-time highs. All right, so they're probably taking their 3, 4 day, 5 day rest right now. There's T2123. FNGU, yesterday, okay, new all-time. They must have made new all-time highs in the aftermarket. See that? That doesn't reflect it. So FNGU makes new all-time highs in the aftermarket yesterday. Other than that, it was an inside day, okay, because you can see price action never got over the high of the 11th. Price action here, little red, little green, fill the gap, okay. Little red, little green, okay? All in all, still in this bull flag, all right, where we move up and then we hold a higher ground, so that's bullish. And what happens? We get another rip to the upside. We'll see what happens. That's what we're getting right now. So there's FNGU. All right, so let's take a look at, let's go look at our we looked at the technicals. Let's go look at precious metals. And SLV. All right, here's SLV in a downtrend, right? No, SLV. Yes, SLV still in a downtrend. All right, price action for yesterday, lower high, lower low, closing underneath a bullish trap or a bullish cross or bearish cross, and underneath the 17 EMA, still in a downtrend. Price action has moved down and over to the right, kind of a hockey stick there. All right, usually the next move is going to be down, but we're on the bullish side of the midpoint. We'll see what they want to do. Currently, we're underneath these two 12-year high anchored VWAPs. That's these two pink lines right there. Okay, so currently we closed under the trap, okay, underneath the 17. Not looking so good for silver. Let's take a look at GLD. GLD made a high here a few days ago. Okay, so they're now in an uptrend, but just not moving up right now. Price action for yesterday, lower high, lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the 17 EMA and over all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Closing up in quadrant 4, still bullish. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG in a downtrend because they popped through this low here and made a lower low there. They came dangerously close yesterday to negating the downtrend and converting the uptrend had they came through the top of those highs right there. So almost got it done yesterday right there into making an uptrend, converting the downtrend back into an uptrend. Yesterday's price action, you can see higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Climbing out of quadrants 1 and 2, breaking through the midpoint and closing on the bullish side of the quad lines. All right, closing up here. Closing up here would be the upper third And that would be really bullish right there. So there's UNG coming close to converting this downtrend back into an uptrend. So UNG still in a downtrend, but on the bullish side of the midpoint. Let's take a look at USO. USO still in that consolidation wedge, all right, which is right through here, looking like it's almost ready to break out. Okay, there's our consolidation wedge. And today may be the first day they close a candle outside the wedge. They are still in an uptrend. It's possible that they climb out of this. We'll see what happens. USO kind of breaking out of the consolidation wedge today. Still in an uptrend. Nothing really to report. I'll support the winner of the wedge breakout. So there's USO. All right, let's take a look at SMH. SMH is still in a downtrend. All right, because they made lower lows. All right, here's the low. They made a lower low and another lower low, so they're in a downtrend. If they take out this high up here, they can negate their downtrend and convert it back into an uptrend. All right, currently price action for yesterday, higher low, higher high, closing over, they must have done that in the after hours, closing over a bullish cross and over the 17 EMA. All right, so there's SMH in an uptrend, closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP, closing in the upper third, closing over the trap, and closing over the 17. That is a bullish outlook, but still in a downtrend. If they take out, if they take out this high right here, they will negate their downtrend and convert to an uptrend. So they might get that done today. We'll see. SMH still in a downtrend, but if they take that high out, they'll be in an uptrend. There's SMH right there. I'd like to see that get turned around. All right, let's take a look at XLK. XLK is looking really good, okay? XLK kind of moving up. All right, you can see price action moves up and holds this higher ground right up there. XLK in an uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. XLK closing yesterday over the trap, over the 17, up in quadrant 4, up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. All right. That's a prior, because this is the all-time high made about 3 or 4 days ago right there. All right, so let's take a look at XLI. All right, XLI, just kind of neutral bullish, all right, for XLI. Price action moving up and giving it up. All right, price action is now in a downtrend because they made a lower low. Here's a low. They just made a lower low yesterday. All right, so neutral bullish right up here, giving it up and in a downtrend, closing underneath the trap, underneath the 17, all right, not so bullish there, all right. Still kind of losing the upper third, not so bullish there. So neutral bullish on XLI, still in a downtrend, or just started a downtrend right there. Take a look at XLU. So utility sector going up, giving it up, no longer in the upper third, just kind of neutral here, not even neutral bullish, just call it neutral. All right, price action closing under a bearish trap, under the 17 EMA, closing under the upper third, so just kind of neutral here, in a downtrend because here's a low, they made lower lows right there, so XLU in a downtrend. XLI in a downtrend. Let's take a look at XLE. Let's take a look at XLE. XLE. All right, XLE moving up, giving it up. XLE's losing the bullish mojo over the midpoint, closing under the midpoint here, closing under an all-time high anchored VWAP, closing under a bearish trap, closing under the 17, falling 17 there. We have an uptrend and closing under the uptrend line. right there. Okay, there's our uptrend line. And breaking the rubber band candle right there. All right, so XLE, not in a downtrend yet. They'd have to take out these lows right here to get into a downtrend. But just still kind of neutral right here, moving up and giving it up. All right, so just still neutral on XLE. Kind of neutral bearish. They're underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. They're closing in quadrant 2, closing under the downtrend line. We'll see if they can recover that. That's the energy sector, XLE. Let's take a look at XRT. Still bullish. Okay, moving up, holding that higher ground. That's still bullish. Closing yesterday under the bullish trap, but over the rising 17, up in quadrant 4, still in the bull flag. Bull flag is still intact. Up over an uptrend line right there, and up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. So everything's still bullish about XRT. Keep an eye on Amazon, Walmart, and Costco. Let's take a look at IYT. IYT yesterday. Somehow this doesn't look like the same candle I was working with yesterday. Anyways, all right, lower high, lower low, closing underneath the bearish trap, underneath the 17 EMA. IYT in a downtrend. They got themselves in a downtrend right here and right here. So be careful, traders, today. Okay, we've got the transports are in a downtrend. The semiconductors are still in a downtrend, but moving up. We didn't take a look at the financials. The financials, I think, are also, and transports are in a downtrend. Semiconductors are in a downtrend, but not moving down. All right, and then we've got one last one to take a visit, and that's going to be XLF. It's our financials. Not in a downtrend, but just not moving up. So financials underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, closing underneath the trap, closing underneath the 17 EMA. Still neutral bullish up in quadrant 4. All right, just not moving up. All right, so there's XLF. So we got the financials are in neutral. Semiconductors are in a downtrend, but trying to move up, make a new high. And then we've got transports are in a downtrend. All right, and then we got T2123 in a bullish flag, but not moving up. All right, so that's what we got. So even though some of the products today are making new all-time highs, I'm just saying be careful. We'll see what happens. All right, let's take a look at the economic package, wrap this up. Here we go. Start off with the dollar. Dollar in an uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. Dollar right here, ratcheting up, closing the day yesterday, 106.94, 106.96 right there. So still in an uptrend, that U.S. dollar index. For Max Pain, let's see what we get for Max Pain. Max Pain for today, 600. Put to call ratio, 1 1/3 puts for each call that expires today. And we're moving in the wrong direction if we're going for Max Pain, which is 600. Earnings report. Yesterday was Costco and AVGO. Today, maybe BHP reports sometime. They haven't decided what time they want to report or if they're going to report today. I think they're still putting stuff together because they've been flat there for a long time. Some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets right there. That's Monday. All right, BHP for Monday. For today, nothing going on today. Just some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. BHP reports Monday. Again, we don't know what time they're going to report. Good morning, Rick. And then we've got on the economic calendar, really light day today. Import-export prices at 8:30 and a rig count at 1. That's it. All right, so we got CPI, the remnants of CPI, whatever emotional outlook they left us with, okay? And then we've got AVGO, okay? These were the two highlights of this week. AVGO reported last night after the close, and we can take a look at AVGO. And I think they popped through 200. Yeah, they did. Oh, they're just ripping it. What an igniting candle right there, right off of the base. I'm telling you, if AVGO comes back to this base, you can see a birthday trade go up twice as high. So there's AVGO right there. What a rip on AVGO for that. They just, Broadcom never seems to disappoint. I got to tell you that. Wow. Nice rip. Coming from 180 and clearing 210. All right. So, nice rip on AVGO. All right, that's it for me today. All right, Lenny, thanks for being here. All right, we'll see you guys in 45 minutes. All right, let me put the game plan together. I think I already went over it earlier. And let me get my video rendered, and I'll see you guys in 45 minutes. And we'll get the market open.